Hey gang, John Backrella here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. It is Friday, March 1st, and I guess it's first day of spring or something like that, but I guess I don't know that we had winter. But anyways, so water temperature at Belle Isle is back down to 36 from our last report, which I think was like 10 days ago or so, when it was up at 38. So kind of a roller coaster ride. I mean, we get these crazy warm days, and then we get crazy cold days and crazy cold nights, because, you know, it is what it is. But pretty much the ice is gone, guys, everywhere around here. I can't think of any place that's still got ice. I've heard that over on Harson's, there were some of the cuts that still had a little bit of ice lingering around, but nothing that anybody's going to get on or anything. And I would guess the next sunny, warm day and all of that'll be gone too. But if you need ice, then I would head north, and you're going to have to go pretty far north. They've still got ice over at Simcoe. I know there were some guys headed north, up, middle part of the state or northern part of the state today that were stopping in the store. But there's not much ice left. Definitely nothing down here by us. So. And Simcoe is going to be going fast too with the weather forecast that I saw, and I know they got open water over there already. So if you are headed over there, definitely call ahead. Be very careful. Anyways, it's pretty much it's done. But around here, what is not done is the fishing, and the fishing has been really good. And a lot of you folks have called the store in the last couple of days, wanting to know how the perch fishing is and where they're catching perch, and I pretty much told you they're catching perch everywhere, which is not a lie. I mean, basically, they're catching perch at all the different access points, all the public access points, Selfridge, at the end of Harley, in the Clinton River, at Metro, in the Spillway, all the canals in the area, even at Crocker. I had guys that were catching perch in the Crocker Road Boat Launch Canal too. So don't know haven't heard anything down like around Blossom, and I know 11 Mile has been kind of on and off as well, but pretty much anywhere that you go right now, you can catch perch. And it doesn't mean that they're going to be there every single day, every single hour, and the bite's going to be on, okay? You're going to have to move around and find where the aggressive fish are. And just know that you might leave, and you're going to talk to your buddy the next day and find out you shouldn't have left, because after you left, they slaughtered them. Because that's the way it is with perch. Because when you're on a school of hot fish, you're on a school of hot fish. And when you're not on a school of hot fish, you're generally not on anything. So you really need to either be patient and move, or both. Or team up with people and have them move, and everybody go to a different spot. And I've said this before. And whoever gets fish, call the other guy and let everybody pile in. But that's the way it's been. But there's been some great fish being caught and a whole lot of limits. So if you're not catching fish, move. They're using perch rigs with minnows. Some guys are using worms. Some guys are using drop shot rigs with plastics. Some guys are using drop shot rigs with nitro or with minnows on them. Some guys are using bobbers with jigs and plastics, or bobbers with jigs and minnows. So there's just a whole lot of different ways to catch perch, and they're all producing, but not always the same on any given day at any given place. So you have to be flexible. Let's see, Harson's Island. Heard some guys are starting to fish over there. Like I said, there was some ice I heard about in some of the cuts over there still, but it's pretty much all open, and guys are fishing over there, although we're probably going to need some warm, sunny days to really fire that up over there. Just like everywhere else around here, it seems like the bite's definitely been better on the warm fronts, obviously, than on the cold fronts. When we had that big cold front come in, the morning before the cold front hit, the fish just went absolutely crazy everywhere until that wind shifted, and then it all died. But that's just the way it is. So in the last report, I think you guys remember I said ride the waves. That same thing still applies right now. Ride those waves, those weather waves, and you will get a lot of perch. You'll put a lot of perch in the freezer right now, and there's some real dandies. And the other thing is, you have to remember, I know a lot of you folks are thinking like this is the spawning run, right? That the fish are there to spawn right now. We're not even close to spawning yet. So, and the water temperature's not close to spawning temps yet, and the hours of daylight are not close to spawning time yet. So these fish are going to be there for quite a while, and this bite's going to continue, and I would expect we're going to get like at least a month of just premium perch fishing for you shore anglers and from the guys with the boats. Now, talking about the boats a little bit, at least for talking about the boat launches a little bit, all the state launches at least have one dock in the water. That's Selfridge, Harley, and also Crocker Road. And I was just down at in the Metro Park and looked the other day too, and they've got 2 docks in. So there's docks in at all the different boat launches in the area. I don't know about 11 Mile and Blossom Heath, what they're doing down there, but I know before we froze up, guys were launching. So I would imagine you can still launch in those areas right now as well. But with the different state launches and everything you've got up by us, then it's not that big of a deal. So you definitely have options to launch your boats if you want to put your boat in now. And I would think it's pretty safe. I don't think we're going to get any crazy cold weather that you got to worry about lower units or anything now going forward. It looks like we're pretty much in the above freezing temp range for the most part, and we should stay there now for the rest of the season. And your boat should be safe, should be able to put batteries in and all that good stuff. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, trollers. Trollers are catching walleyes out there, guys, from all the way from the point at Metro and then all the way down to the Detroit River. It seems like we've just got a really good local population of fish up here now in and around the Metro Park area and down through the mile roads. And I'm guessing those fish are either going to spawn right out there or they're going to go up into the Clinton River. And they are catching walleyes in the Clinton River, and they are catching walleyes in the spillway as well. So that's another option for you until that closure in a couple of weeks in there. So, and we don't always get that opportunity weather-wise, but this year you're going to have it. And so you got a mixture of perch and walleyes in there right now, and probably a bunch of northerns mixed in too, and then some steelhead thrown in for good measure as well. So I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but as I remember things, I try to bring them up in the report. So yeah, the trollers, definitely you can troll all the way from Metro all the way down to the Detroit River. I mean, common sense with water temps in the 30s, you're going to want to go slow, right? So that 1 mile an hour to 1.5 mile hour range, you're looking for just the right water clarity, probably more than anything else. I looked at the satellite image. Satellite image is showing that the Canadian side is trashed, and our side's just got all kinds of a mixture of anything from really gin clear water to colored water to water with a lot of color. So, and it's gonna change just with the winds, and that's just the way it is. So the wind just kind of keeps clocking around here. Looks like tomorrow we're gonna have really light winds, maybe out of the south to southeast, and then a little stronger on Sunday, but it looks predominantly kind of a southerly pattern for the winds, which shouldn't surprise you with the warmer temps that we got coming the next couple of days. Supposed to be some really nice temperatures this weekend, like in the 50s, and then maybe Monday, Tuesday next week getting close to 60 or even higher. So that really is going to fire these fish up. Let's see. We've had some really nice perch come into the store this week. And I would expect that with all the guys getting out in the next couple of days, whether they're fishing from shore or from boats, we're going to see a lot more really nice big perch come in. And these fish are really feeding right now. We're getting reports from guys that are catching them like in the Clinton River that they're just loaded with little baby bluegills. So, I mean, that's usually a good indicator when they're on that little baby bluegill bite that they're nowhere near ready to spawn yet. They're really just coming in and feeding heavy. So, I guess a tip for you guys as far as water clarity and the perch. If you are in a location and that water is really dingy, okay, so it's really dark, got a lot of color to it, your best option is going to be fishing really close to the bottom, especially if you're fishing with bobbers, or if you're using perch rigs, maybe add that dropper line down really close that lays almost right on the bottom with your minnow on there. These fish when they get in really, really dark conditions, they will associate closer to the bottom than they even do normally. And kind of the opposite goes actually for bluegills and crappies, since I'm talking about that. When you get into really dirty water conditions, a lot of times with bluegills and crappies, especially this time of the year, you'll find that they can be up in that top almost 6 inches of the water column, because that's going to be the warmest water for them, and they feel safe, and they don't have a problem with being up near the surface, kind of like perch do. I mean, you almost never see perch like holding right up near the top, right? But when you get into dirty water conditions, if you're hunting crappies and bluegills as a tip, sometimes just fishing that top, it can even be the top 6 inches of the water column. Those fish will be hiding right up in that dirty water, and it's warmer up there. There's more food for them, so that's where you'll find them. So if you're targeting bluegills and crappies, fish real high in dirty water. Those perch fish down really, really low. Let's see. Talk about boat launches. Oh, what I didn't bring up was that St. Jean's, I guess, officially opened today, the boat launch down there. And my understanding is they're going to be open weather dependent until we get into the middle of the month. So that basically means if you get a nasty blow, rainy, icy, snowy day, they're probably not going to be open right now. But if it's nice and sunny and calm and it's a weekend day, they're going to be open, at least for the next couple of weeks until they open formally and are open every day down there. But at least you got an option down there for those walleyes. Now, talk a little bit about the walleyes in the Detroit River. The reports I'm getting down there is that the bite down there has really been much slower in the morning and picking up later in the day, and it's been water temperature driven. So again, that's not hard to understand when you got a 36-degree water temp at Belle Isle, and those temps, especially the surface temps on the lake, have been getting up into the 40s during the day. But then when we get these cold nights, the water temperature just drops right back down, and that definitely affects those river temps. So it also affects the fish like the walleye down there. They're going to definitely be more active under the warmer temps. 36 is pretty stinking cold. But you get into those low 40s and you're getting closer to spawning temps for those fish. So the activity level will go way up as the water temperature warms up during the day. So if the morning starts out really slow and you're marking fish and you can't get them to go, just wait them out. If you've got the right conditions coming and you know that water temp's going to go up, wait them out, and that bite will generally pick up regardless of how high that sun gets. As that water warms up, that bite will get better. I think that's about everything I've got for you guys. We just got a fresh load of shiners in there, emerald shiners for you guys that are perch fishing for tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see you in the shop, and hopefully you can get out and get a limit of perch for yourself and for your families. Hey gang, if you like our content, hit the little subscribe button and the bell icon, and you'll be notified as soon as we put out new stuff.